What's good? It's Chigozie. It's Tuesday, September 4th, 2018. And Leonard Skinner guitarist Ed King was ritualistically murdered by his record label. Jeff Young, the former guitarist for Megadeth, a great friend of ours here on this channel, he brought this to my attention. Ed King is also one of his friends. Since Jeff Young is also in the scene, he's also performed with a lot of these musicians. Being in the industry, he's made friends with a lot of them. Ed King being one of them. Ed King, a really cool person, a really good guy, murdered by his employer. So this video is dedicated to Jeff Young, to Ed King, to other musicians who have their friends murdered by this Masonic gang of tyrants. That's why they updated this propaganda at 7:43. Masonic 43, killing 43. If you're new to this channel, I'll tell you real quick. This is Gematria. It is a practice of coining numbers behind words. It is a form of Jewish mysticism. And it's part of Kabbalah, where they believe that God created the world, combined the letter with the number, just like in Genesis. And through that knowledge, you can use it to see more esoteric meaning within the world. Become closer to God. They do this ritualistically in all of their media. They kill people by these numbers. They put on more propaganda by these numbers. So K, reversing the alphabetical letter, or reversing the alphabetical order, is the 16th letter. Because A is 26, Z is 1. 1 plus 6 is 7. So then you reduce each letter to single digit as you go through, and you get 43. You can do the same thing without reversing 74 and 38. We're practicing Gematria, 74, 38. That's why Slipknot has a song called Gematria, the killing name. Gematria, killing, same Gematria. And this is what they use to kill people by the numbers. So that is why then you see it here. The 14th prime as well. That's what 43 is. Dead 14, end 14. In the full reduction cipher without reversing. So Ed King co-wrote Sweet Home Alabama. And that's what he's very well known for. And he passed away on August 22nd, 2018. That's 228. 22/8. Death sums to 38, like Gematria, like Kabbalah. Kabbalah also sums to 228, because in this English ordinal, you take this times 6. Each letter times 6 gives you the English Sumerian value. This is a very relevant method. Most people know about this. Books have been written about this method. Sums to 228. Like what's death? So that's why in 22/8 he dies. That's why Aretha Franklin dies on the 228th day of the year. If people are asking me how am I able to see these celebrities dying, it's because of these same patterns that they use all the time inside their propaganda. So you can look at his Wikipedia page, which is just a bunch of propaganda from his record label. It's unfortunate because how's it propaganda? They're not telling you how they murdered him. They're giving you some other cause of death. That just doesn't make sense. Cancer, yes, he's been battling cancer, they're saying, but you can see how it all happens on a specific day, a specific amount of days from his birthday. You can see from August 22nd to his upcoming 69th birthday, how many days did he die? To get more insight into this ritual. They do it all by the numbers to sync it all up this way. Oh, by the way, this is the plane crash. So from the plane crash to the day he died is a span of 20, counting the end date, it's 2,131 weeks. You see that? Because without it, it's 6 days. But if you calculate it, I'll just show you real quick. 2131. 2131 is the 321st prime number, the reflection of 1, 2, 3. Conspiracy equals 1, 2, 3. This is a conspiracy put on by the federal government. The plane crash was a conspiracy. So you can then also do, again, what we're about to do from his birthday to the day he died. Ed King, born September 14th, died August 22nd. So you do September 14th, 2018. Died August 22nd. So he died 3 weeks, 3 days, a span of 3 weeks, 3 days from his upcoming birthday. You see this? 33. Jesus Christ dying at 33. 33, a routinely used sacrificial number. 33, the number for Masonry, the number of degrees in Scottish Rite Freemasonry. See how Ed King equals 32? E is the 5th letter, D is the 4th, K is the 11th, 1 plus 1 is 2, I remains 9. 32 when you add them all together. So Ed King then dies exactly 3 weeks, 2 days, or 23 days, the reflection of 32, from his upcoming 69th birthday. You seeing this? 32, and his name sums to 32. 3 weeks, 2 days. This is how you decode federal government propaganda. This is how you decode murder by numbers rituals. So likewise, you can apply the same thing if they were still alive, but just whenever the events come up from their birthday and then see the type of coding on them. You can also see where he died, Nashville, a very big music city. On the 86th meridian, blood sacrifice 86. Add them all both together, you get 122. Freemason 122. Plenty more with that also to the band. It just takes more decoding, more knowing the history of the band. But it's just these simple things which I like to show. Here we have Leonard Skinner right here on CNN propaganda. These are 3 men just working right now. They're at their employer's office, doing what they're told to do, participating in this interview. Nothing negative against them at all, man. It's just exactly what they're doing. All I need to do is mention. Like her, she's working right now. This is her at work, putting on propaganda. What I'm trying to show you is the length of the video. 4 minutes, 6 seconds. And don't ignore this 5:55. See this 55, 46 pairing? These are the numbers for sacrifice. Sacrifice 46 in that full reduction. S is the 19th letter. 1 plus 9 is 10. So reducing once only. That's the only number you can reduce up to 2 times. So reducing it once and reducing everything else, you get 55 and 46. This is a sacrifice, and they're putting that number inside their propaganda. Sun 54, Jesuit Order 54, Leonard Skinner 54. Let's just triple check that, you know what I mean? No, there's something else I saw that was 54. Excuse me for not having that. Jesuit Order does equal 54 though. Jesuit Order 54. Sweet Home Alabama 54. There we go. That's what I had. Thank God I had it still up. Sweet Home Alabama 54. Here, the band who played and wrote Sweet Home Alabama with Ed, see, 1154. So, heavy connection to Lynyrd Skynyrd. Here, Charlie Daniels, 1223, again, 23 days from his birthday. 347. We even have Jake Tapper. Damn, man. Jake Tapper tweeting about your friend is Jake Tapper's just a Jewish Zionist propagandist. He was instructed to do this, but notice it's 347 killing equals 47. Now, I would never want Jake Tapper to tweet anything about me. It's awful. Because it's every last thing this guy tweets is straight up Jewish Zionist Kabbalistic propaganda. There's absolutely, in the history of his existence, he has never put out anything that was not propaganda. And that same goes for Donald Trump. The same thing goes for Ivanka Trump. The situation. Everything they put out is propaganda by the numbers. Garden and Gun, 7-7, GG. When was a plane crash? In 1977. You see that? 1977 plane crash, mentioning Garden and Gun. They're telling you about it multiple times. Usually they link these things once, not link, them again and again and again. That's not how you do it. Again, unprofessional news, because this is professional propaganda. People need to understand that. Quoting things weirdly. This is a good way to quote. I get it, but majority of the time, bad ways to quote. No sources ever, and the sources they have are unknown. The police guys. This is unprofessional news. That's how I could tell very early on in my life that it was all a bunch of bullshit. Not to the extent that I know now, but I knew something was up for how stupid the news was always reported. But then when you understand, because it's not news, it's professional propaganda from a bunch of professional propagandists. Donald Trump, an actor, inside bullshit Zionist Jew federal government propaganda. So we're going to end the video there. I just want to see when the update time on this event. 7:37, Israel 37. See, that's why I clicked on this, because we have to continue the pattern, and we need to see what terrible message comes to you. If you're here from my mic, excuse me, not Mike.
Athletic shoe giant Nike is running straight into a political controversy.
No, they're not. They're putting this on guys, this is Nike's propaganda. These are all actors for Nike, Donald Trump included. Everything he does is from Nike. It's all of their propaganda. They're doing this all on purpose. But anyway, Poppy Harlow, an employee for Nike, an actor for Nike, putting out propaganda. So here at 7:37, 73:37 sequence, it cannot be any more perfect. Watch my video on Colin Kaepernick. I show you how it's a Saturnian ritual. Saturn in the ALW Kabbalah sums to 73, which is the 21st prime number. 21 is the number for Saturn as well. Remember, 2 months, 1 day from Colin Kaepernick's birthday on 9/3 for the 30th anniversary of the Just Do It campaign. He's participating in that propaganda. So now at 73:37, again, what is this? Thelema, Israel, Zion propaganda. Israel 37. That was the pattern. That's why Roseanne, said, with the same pattern, said that she's going to move to Israel on that day. That's what they're talking about. Hurricane George. No, it was something that summed to 37. Whatever hurricane that they're talking about now. I don't know if it's Charlie or what, but it sums to 37. Let's just see what terrible message sums to. See if the pattern continues. That's what it's all about. And if it doesn't mean it's all bunk. It just means they're coding something else. So I'm sure it's going to continue. 68, 94. So this is interesting because Freemasonry 158, 94, the reflection of 49, like Super Bowl, he plays for the 49ers. You wrote out 94, you get 147. And then 247. That 47 sequence is interesting, especially in the light of it all. You also get moon numbers when you write out 94. Also, a 9/4, this is coming out, telling you the terrible message, 94 on 9/4. So, without making this about Colin Kaepernick, we had to document this before we close. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, Ed King dying. Oh, good. This is actually pretty cool to see. King equals 4123, using alphabetical order and reducing. So K is the 11th letter, I is the 9th, N is the 14th, G is the 7th. Again, reduce them now, 23. See this? Look at the date, numerology he died. Life lesson number of 41, 23 numerology, 23 days from his upcoming birthday. See how this works? It's that Ed equals 30, Ed King 32, 131 days remaining, the 32nd prime number. Caskets go 6 feet deep, and they're 8 feet long. Blood sacrifice 86 to reflection. America 5230, definitely an American talent. One of the few talent in this nation. There's a reason you don't hear much of his music around now because they're not trying to put out decent things. Saturn 30, it's a Saturnian ritual. Jesuit 30, but this is the takeaway, I think. I mean, it's not a coincidence he dies in a life lesson number. Ed King, and I'm sure he died in connection to LeBron James, King James, and his propaganda events. So there you have it. Ed King ritualistically sacrificed by his employer, the record label, MCA. This is who murdered him, right here. This is who murdered him. This is who puts on the look. And we always go to Universal Music Group. So he was murdered by Universal Music Group, as we expose every single time. I mean, how easy is it to do murder by numbers? It always brings us back to the Universal Music Group. I'll admit though, we've also, Sony Music, heavily responsible. They murdered their employees. Warner Music Group also does the same thing. These companies, they all participate and practice murder by numbers. Why? Because they are run by the same gang of Jewish Kabbalists, Scottish Rite Freemasons, Jesuits. Look, 6.8 billion, a death number, that's their revenue right here. $69, $67, sacrifice 67, Saturn 69. Maybe one day we'll have to look more into these people. We can at least see what their name sums to and then close out the video. Killing 115. Masonic 115. They are a Masonic killing group. 92, the reflection of 29, Masonic 29, 115, death 25. All inside this propaganda. The 56 prime, Society of Jesus 56, Knights Templar 65, the military arm of the Catholic Church. Guys, I'm not even kidding you. This is the Knights Templar. Right here. This is them. They never went anywhere. Fuck what the history book said. They never went anywhere. The Knights Templar rebranded, and they still do exactly what they've been doing. Now they call themselves Universal Music Group. They call themselves the federal government. This is them in Santa Monica, California, plotting the next murder, putting on more propaganda. If you want to call me delusional, go ahead. But clearly the Knights Templar are responsible, and the Freemasons responsible for all this propaganda. The Jewish Zionists responsible for all this propaganda. Jesuit Sumsu 110, by the way, and Francis Bacon, taking account the capital letter. Number for prophecy. Peace out.